Did you make that?
Solid Hill TDS, J. Leo, Hitchhikers. Check. I'ma spit fire and propane. Keep a little baggie of some veggies, your romaine. Zombie ass bitch tryna eat up the whole brain. While this bummy ass nigga still asking for more change. Get your taste buds lit, popping right under your tongue. Lighting up a sharp strain, feel like it's chopping your lungs. Smoke another leaf to the head, feeling like Danny Phantom. Got a medicine jar in my car full of zany samples. Running with the factions when my rations getting low. Get down on the flow, blood races like I'm whipping blow. Shit show for show, I don't know, I just release and go. Can't hear what you're saying, this sweet too loud and you're speaking low. Johnny smoking haze in a blaze, I got heat to throw. Then I'm let the heater flow and send it to the heat below. Think it's a game, I pick the date before you let him roll. Think I'm insane, but from the start I never had control.
Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale of the moonlight? Have you ever laid with a demon with the flames by your bedside? Smoking the air, sipping on spirits, get the mood right, get the crew hype. Middle fingers to the blue lights, dancing on your grave while I gaze into the moonlight.
Rolling through the city, heart is empty, but I'm feeling frisky, knowing I can make it even though these niggas want it in me. Got some rolling papers and some bitches, yeah, we getting litty, feeling out of place. Fuck it, I got my niggas with me. We on a long road, smoking trees and bagging hoes. Love is faded, I'm jaded, consequences are never told. Running out of character, the real me is getting old. Facing the facade, 50 shades, and I fall below. I'm on some new shit, underworld a new bitch. Your loose lips tangle you up, I guess this news fits. I do this, spitting some fire in meth doom. Hits the sun god, bringing some light. Now watch your mood switch, hieroglyphs when writing scripts. Namaste but conquering, conjuring some spirits in the valleys where they die and quit. Just a gladiator on a righteous tip, still sharp and steel, but I'm colder than the Arctic gets.
Cheer. What's up? What is up? It's your boy Walker Martin in the building. Episode 128. I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl. As y'all see, your boy's back. You know, I took the frames back off. I finally went to the doctor today, got my contacts back. Thank God. You know, I can't stand my glasses, man. Them shits be bothering me. And of course, last night's show, I had to rock them, and damn lights was all glaring all over my shit. So I know y'all couldn't even see me yesterday. I looked at the damn tape. I was like, oh, I can't even see myself. But anyway, y'all know what the deal is. Appreciate everybody tuning in to another episode of I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl Edition with your boy Wildcard Mart. You see it scrolling on the bottom of the screen, the official, unofficial theme song to the I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl. That's my guy right there, 40 Water, a.k.a. Silent Hill. The homie J. Leo, Pale Move Devil Dance. Go show my boy some love and support right there. Their YouTube channel scrolling on the bottom at Hitchhikers on YouTube. Go show them cats some love for real. Man, I'm just happy to be here Friday. I know I normally don't film on Friday, but you know, those who know, I was supposed to film Wednesday, but your boy smoked too much ganja and I passed out. You know, shit happens. I took some of that damn Mike Tyson strand, and that one hit a quitter. Oh, boy was out. Shit happens, man. It happens. It happens. But no, we appreciate our love and support. Y'all know what the deal is. Y'all going over there. Follow us on the Facebook. It's a public page that we got, I.O.W. Sports Network. A lot of great content been going on. A lot of great people been joining the page. Everybody's contributing. It gives you a chance who don't normally got the platform, drop you a post, to begin a conversation. Drop a take, drop a take, like say, what's Westbrook's ass? I ain't gonna disagree with it. I ain't, but there might be people that will. So, that's what the point of that for. No, I'm not the GOAT, Malazzo. What's up, brother? Man, I'm just over here just doing my thing, man. You know how I do. I talk a lot of shit. So, podcasting is right up my alley. So, yeah, hopefully I get paid for this shit one day. So I'm still grinding, but no, follow us. Matter of fact, Milazzo, he's one a contributor on the I.O.W Sports Facebook page, but definitely go in there. We've been having some great feedback. A lot of people, just having great adult conversations. Keyword on adult. Everybody's been able to maintain their professionalism and their adultism. Is that a word? I don't care. I'm using it. Their adultism. Everybody's being grown up. So definitely go check out the I.O.W Sports Network Facebook public page. Gives y'all a chance as an audience to, talk some sports. Talk your junk. Drop your takes. There's no right or wrong answer. And my man Milazzo, he's a Patriots fan. And we was having a discussion on the Facebook page, and he's not a big fan of Mac Jones. He is not a fan of Mac Jones. So as you can tell, he's a Patriots fan. So he is not a fan of the macaroni and cheese. But guess what? Deal with it. Y'all draft him. He's there. And you can't get rid of him because don't nobody else want his ass. So enjoy that. But no, we'll get into some more NFL talk. Of course, we got the AFC, the NFC championship games coming up on Sunday. We'll talk about some of the coaching hirings that's been going on. You got the Bears, Broncos, and of course today the Giants. They got their man. So we'll talk about that a little later on. But hey, we're also on Twitter. We be tweeting. So go follow us on Twitter. Go show us some love on the twit. That didn't sound right, but Twitter, the Twitter. We be tweeting. Go follow us on the Twitter. I don't know where the twit came from. That didn't sound too right. It's too close to another word. And if you don't know what word I'm talking about, then that means you ain't getting none. We also on Instagram, so you see it scrolling right there on the bottom of the screen. We be on the Instagram, but we ain't thotting. We ain't doing none of them. Them poses that them thoughts do on Instagram. But we on there. We on there, and most importantly, catch us on the YouTube page. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell notification. Bing! Hit that bell. It lets you know every time we go live, like tonight, like yesterday, days before. It'll let you know when we go live. Definitely hit up the YouTube page for sure. Definitely do that. And most importantly, go on over to your respective app store, whether it's not the Facebook. I'm getting everything else because we got to plug everything. It's because we try to make money with this shit. But your respective app store, whether it's the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, we got an app. I.O.W Network app is live. Got a lot of great music from mainstream independent artists, as well as a lot of great podcasts like I.O.W Sports, our sister podcast, I Often Wonder. You also got Air Paradoxical, White Vault, LJ Presents, and we got the Dirty Heels. If you are a wrestling fan, definitely check out the Dirty Heels. Kenneth K. Stones, Good Brother Bo, man, they dropped some good products, so definitely go check them out. All right. It's Friday, y'all. Like I said, I don't normally film on Friday, but I had to make up for missing a day on Wednesday. But y'all know what we do. We got to get to it. We got to get to Wild Card My Top Player tonight. And I got a couple of them because I saw a couple of them that I really, really liked. I saw some good plays tonight. Of course, NBA action was at full tilt tonight. And I love some defensive plays. Not a lot of defense be going on in the NBA, but I found one. And John Collins, who I like it, he's a regular on the show with top plays. But this time, it's a defensive play. Check it out.
Tatum driving and denied by John Collins at the rim.
Oh, man, what a block there by John Collins.
Trey to the basket, and the Hawks are on the board.
See, I can appreciate that. A good defensive play leads to offensive play. And defense wins championships. Unless you're the Buffalo Bills. Too soon? Nah, it ain't too soon. No. And here's my other Wild Card Top player tonight. Came from tonight's game. Charlotte Hornets, LA Lakers. Check it out, Miles Bridges.
Here's Westbrook darting in, kicking out. Anthony, not that time.
Look out,
Longley
look
down
out.
the floor. Bridges. Oh, yeah! The windmill flush.
As soon as Bridges saw it.
Here with the Lakers.
I just want to show you that last play when the shot goes up and Plumlee just looks right down the floor. And see, he's conditioned. Every place he's played.
Y'all see Michael's face? Michael Jordan looked unimpressed. He was like, motherfucker, I don't give a damn about that windmill. But then I saw the post, the Bleacher Report was like, well, Michael Jordan wasn't happy with the Hornets, even though they won. But they did have a 20-point lead. Of course, it was no LeBron tonight, no Anthony Davis, no surprise. Oh my gosh. Anthony Davis just got back and he's already missing games again. Will somebody in LA wrap that man in bubble tape? Wrap that man in something. That boy is fragile. Fragile. Somebody please help that man, Anthony Davis. So, but this time it's a wrist. I don't know. I can't. I've never seen a guy that just can't stay healthy. Like, what's up with this guy? And he costs too much. Anthony Davis costs too much to always stay hurt. So somebody need to do something with that man. Get that man some milk. Boy, he needs some milk. They need to do something with your boy because it just don't make no damn sense why he just can't stay healthy. But man, I can't even cap, y'all. You know, I've been pretty harsh on the Lakers. I've been pretty harsh on specifically Russell Westbrook. Man. So Westbrook was actually having a good night tonight. Played 37 minutes, 12 for 23. 3 for 7 downtown, 8 of 10 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 turnover. Wow. That's a good night for Russell. 35, and 30 of that was second half. And I have full intentions to come on here to give Russell Westbrook his props. I was ready to do it. I was so ready to do it. But I think Russell Westbrook must be a mind reader or something. He must have read my mind. He was like, that wild card been dogging on me, and he was actually going to talk good about me. And then the game come, final seconds of the game, and I was going to give Russell Westbrook props till he did this.
Watch if he makes the pass and they go right back to him. They might have time. Yeah, here it is right here. Yep, into the arms of Westbrook. Yep, he has 30 in the second half. 3 seconds left. Westbrook for the lead. No! Rebound, Charlotte, and the Hornets escape. 116, 114 the final. Now, will they put any time back on the clock after the rebound? Lakers are out of timeouts regardless.
Now, like we said, they get the ball in bounds, they give it right back to Russell. Now it comes down to, can he get a shot that he wants? He looks at it now. Does he go? No. Once he got that defender to step back, he thought he had a wide open shot, and he has been shooting a high percentage this second half. So to him, that's a good shot right there, and you're riding him this entire second half.
Now I heard QB Davis. Oh, my bad. QB Brown, great coach. And he said he thought that was a good shot, you know, just kind of in the mindset of Russell Westbrook. But to me, that's not a good shot. I get it. You shot 3 for 7 tonight, Russell Westbrook, from behind the arc. Better than what you normally do, but come on, man. 3-point shot is still not your game. I get it. You were feeling real good about yourself. 30 points in the second half. And I had full intentions to come on here and give props to Russell. See, I may dislike the man's game, but let's get one thing understood. If you ball, you do something great, I'll give you props. And Russell Westbrook, for the most part, had a good game tonight. But with the game on the line, and you decide to shoot a three, you know what? I'm not even going to diss Russell too hard. I'm going to put that on Frank Vogel. Let's draw up a better play. You had 8 seconds. Russell Westbrook dribbles for 2 and then just keeps dribbling and dribbling. What kind of play is that? No pick and roll, no nothing, no high screen, no nothing. Just to clear out for a 3-point shot for a guy who's normally not a good 3-point shooter. Come on, Frank Vogel. Now I see why your job's on the line, man. Don't get me wrong. The roster, the way that this roster of the Lakers is constructed is complete ass crack. It's butt cheeks. But that's what you draw up. You couldn't get creative at all. Not at all. I'm just not liking that shot. I'm not liking that shot selection in that moment. Like, come on. Carmelo didn't have too much of a great game. He played 35 minutes, 5 for 12 shooting, 2 for 9 downtown. You know, I know he gives 19 points, 5 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. That's not a bad night for Melo. Stop shooting so many threes if you're 2 for 9, get closer to the rim, bro. But man, this Lakers team, man, is so frustrating. And it kind of goes back to what I was saying last night. As much as I don't like LeBron, he's important. He's very important to that team. I wish AD could stay healthy. Now that's 2 games in a row that LeBron has missed. 2 losses. I don't even know what to make of this Lakers team no more, man. But Carmelo, man. Speaking of Carmelo, of course, y'all know about the situation he had with the fan down in Philly yesterday. And I talked about it, and I said my comments like, "Yo, man, these new age basketball players are soft." And now there's more light of what the fans said. I guess he repeated "boy, boy, boy," and those who just don't know, when this back in the days, that's a little racist epithet for a Caucasian to call a black man boy. It just is. It's real disrespectful. I still stand by my take that I think these new age ball players are soft mentally. I mean, because like I said, Jackie Robinson had to hear a lot of stuff thrown at him. It didn't stop him from being great. Willie O'Ree in hockey had a lot of racist stuff thrown at him. He was still great. I mean, you can even bring it to more closer times. Michael Jordan, he got dogged. I'm pretty sure he got, well, matter of fact, I seen clips of him getting heckled by fans on a regular basis. Kobe Bryant, especially during his little situation in Colorado, he was getting heckled every time he went to Denver. And he got heckled throughout the rest of that year. So I still stand by my take of I think that these new age basketball players are a little soft-minded. I stand by that. But what I didn't clarify last night is I need people to understand that point blank period, I know you're a fan. I know you are. I know you paid money to go see these athletes play. I know that. But we got to have better behavior from fans. And so I wanted to say that because I need people to understand that it's not cool to cross a certain line of heckling. Like there should be a line where you draw the line in heckling athletes. You shouldn't be talking about their family. To me, that's a line you don't cross. Because at the end of the day, that's a man. I'm a man. I'm gonna respect that boundary. So that's where I'm at with that. There shouldn't be no racial slurs thrown because that's downright disrespectful. Period. So I just wanted to touch on that because I don't want nobody getting my take yesterday confused with me being okay with the fan behavior because I'm not at all. Especially me being a black man. Come on. You don't think I had racial slurs thrown at me? I ain't got enough fingers and toes on my body to count the number of times that racial slurs have been thrown at me. I just don't. So I understand Carmelo's frustration and anger with that situation. But me personally, me mentally, I'm focused on what I need to do as a man to improve my lifestyle. I'm making too many boss moves. I'm podcasting, got a catering company, I hustle on the side. I'm all over the place. I'm a busy man. It's because I got an ultimate goal I'm trying to reach. And me personally, I refuse to let a moment of ignorance from another person deter me to that goal. Words. I won't let those words deter me from my ultimate goal because end of the day, I know who I am. And those little racial epithets, that ain't me. So you can take them racial epithets and shove them up your ass. Take them shit somewhere else. Or better yet, how about don't say it? Period. Because whether that fan it was a Sixers fan or not, and whether you got some kind of dislike for Carmelo, that Carmelo ain't did nothing to that fan. He don't know that fan. Carmelo didn't give you that same energy, so why are you throwing that at him? To me, it's so simple, y'all. It's about respect. It's about respect. You wouldn't like it if somebody just verbally assaulted you and you don't know them personally. You wouldn't want that. So it's not cool for these fans to be doing that. Period. It's not. It's horseshit, honestly. You know, hey, don't be throwing that at these athletes. I'm with that. No, don't do that. Like that's just not cool. So I just wanted to just make sure out there in the world that my take yesterday was me critiquing Carmelo's mental. And I get some people got certain breaking points, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just, and I'm not saying this as like I'm better than nobody. I'm just saying like I'm just mentally focused on so many positive things in my life that I'm trying to go to the ultimate goal. That I refuse to let somebody's, hatred and ignorance deter me from that. That's just me. I know everybody don't think like that. And I'm not saying everybody should. But it shouldn't even come down to that, period. That situation should never happen. And I saw that the 76ers banned him, as they should have. They banned him for life. He should. It's just uncalled for. Just sometimes I just don't understand what do these fans really think is they got that right to do it. That right to say, oh, it's okay to just, I'm paying these for these seats. I can do whatever behavior I want. No, you don't got no right to that. What you got the right to do is sit there in the stands, eat your nachos, drink your beer, shut the hell up, enjoy the game. That's your right. That is your right as a fan, is to do that. But you don't got no kind of right to go in there and be rating another man with that kind of talk. Y'all saw last year in the playoffs. It was more than one situation. I think Trae Young was getting heckled pretty heavy in New York. When in guess again, Philly, Russell Westbrook, when he was with the Wizards, they throwing popcorn and throwing drinks on him as he leaving the tunnel. Hey, these sports organizations, NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, whatever, y'all got to start hammering down on this bad behavior from fans. Whether it's some type of, I get banning them from the arena. That's a start, but I think it might need to go a little bit further. Because until you put that fear of something, as in maybe prosecution, some kind of legal trouble, certain fans are going to get that liquid courage and test the waters. They will. That's human nature. But still don't make it right. So I just needed to come and kind of clear that up because, I've had debates since yesterday. I've had, talks back and forth with people. And I guess my take may have got a little bit misconstrued. I'm not taking back what I said. I just, me personally, when I seen too many great athletes that got heckled a lot worse than what Carmelo did last night, they were able to block that out and ignore it. Matter of fact, Jordan and Kobe would feed off of it. They'd be like, "Oh, you a fan in the stands that can't do nothing on the court to affect the outcome, and you talking? All right, every shot, boom, bucket." MJ would stare that heckler down. Same with Kobe, stare him down. You keep doing that enough, a heckler would shut the hell up. They would. They would. I done seen documentaries on it and all clips on it, especially MJ. Boy, hey, I'm not backing down from that part of the take. I just wanted to clarify the other part because I don't want people to misconstrue that it's okay for fans to go in there and be like, "Oh, say whatever the hell you want." There's a line. Don't be talking about nobody's family. Don't be throwing no ignorant shit out. Like, come on, I can't believe we're still having this conversation in 2022 about people saying just ignorant shit. I can't believe we're having that conversation. But let's move on to some brighter things. As y'all know, we are getting down to the nitty-gritty in the NFL, man. We are pretty much 2 weeks away from Super Bowl down in LA. Yes, we are. And a couple of teams that ain't getting close to the Super Bowl had to fire their coach, and now they got coaches. As y'all saw, the Denver Broncos hired Nathaniel. Nathaniel's such a country-ass name, but Nathaniel, Nate Hackett. He was the offensive coordinator at Green Bay. He gets the nod to be the head coach at Denver. And me personally, I thought Denver was a good landing spot for any offensive coach. You got to look at it this way. You got Tim Patrick at wide receiver, Cortland Sutherland at wide receiver, Jerry Jeudy at wide receiver. So you got a nice little wide receiver room. Noah Fant at tight end, young tight end. He can stay consistently healthy and consistent production. He's going to be a good one. You got Javonte Williams. Oh, I love Javonte Williams at running back. He was a rookie last year, this past regular season. And man, when I saw him twice against the Chiefs, oh my gosh, that's a guy that you circle around and say, you got to stop that guy. Javonte Williams is going to be good. He reminds me of a little bit of a Michael Turner type of running back. So Javonte Williams, he's going to be nice. Hard to tackle, got a little speed on him, but he's going to be a hard one to tackle, and he's going to be a good running back. He's going to be a damn good one for sure. Gets a lot of yards at the contact. You look at what Denver has on the offensive side, it's damn good. And then look at their defense. It's not too much you got to really change on the defense. It's really not. But we all know what the question is with Denver. Them jokers need a quarterback. Somebody help me out real quick. How the hell does John Elway, one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history, how does he struggle so bad at fighting a quarterback? Literally, I had this conversation a couple of weeks ago on the show. You look at great players who played their respective sports. You know, John Elway was a great quarterback at Denver. Can't find a quarterback. That shit don't make no sense to me. I don't understand it. I thought that you would have some kind of keen third eye, some third quarterback eye on your middle of your head. He'd be like, yeah, he got it. I mean, I talked about Michael Jordan, the GOAT in basketball. That man can't. Now, don't get me wrong. Charlotte looks like they're on the up, but it's been a lot of losing seasons as majority owner of the Charlotte Hornets. Talk about Derek Jeter, another great baseball player in the history of MLB. Man, he's been doing a terrible job as an executive down there with the Miami Marlins. That's a dumpster fire. So I'm just confused how you were so great in your respective sport, but when you hit the other side in the front office, it's a different animal. You know, because you just can't go back on the field and play quarterback and take some snaps no more, John. You can't do that no more. But you're struggling to find a quarterback. Hopefully, Nathaniel and Nate Hackett can. But I like, as much as I love Teddy Bridgewater, I love the story. He's not going to be enough. He's not going to be enough. You'll get as far as probably a wild card position with Teddy Bridgewater. And you'll miss the playoffs with Drew Lock as your quarterback, so he ain't the answer neither. Got a lot of question marks. A lot of question marks at quarterback position for Denver. Obviously, people are going to be like, hey, Nathaniel Hackett, he's been coaching many years with Aaron Rodgers. Is that the link? Is that what's going to pull Aaron Rodgers to Denver? Yeah, possibly. I would still take precaution on taking that going to Denver if I was Aaron Rodgers. Play against Patrick Mahomes twice a year. Play against Justin Herbert twice a year. You know, those are 4 games. Ain't no guarantees. Play against Derek Carr. Yeah, you could possibly split those. But as y'all know, in the NFL, 5 losses can change a lot about your projection, your trajectory as a team. That's a tougher road for Aaron Rodgers to go through to get to the playoffs. My thing, if Aaron Rodgers wants to get championships, stay in Green Bay. Play Kirk Cousins twice a year. Even though statistically, you know, he's been splitting series with Kirk Cousins, but you still the better quarterback. Play against the Bears twice a year. Those 2 wins right there. Play against the Lions twice a year. Definitely 2 wins right there. That's an easier path. I'm not of subscribing that it's an easier path for Aaron Rodgers to the playoffs in the AFC. I mean, you got to look at what's happening in the AFC. Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Derek Carr is a good quarterback. Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. Okay. That ain't no walk through the park in the AFC to get to the postseason. Definitely not the Super Bowl. You got an easier path staying in the NFC. Just saying. Russell Wilson's on a down season with the Seahawks. Kyler Murray, him and the Cardinals slide in the second half of the season. Tom Brady, still question mark whether he's going to continue to play or not. You don't have that big lump of great quarterbacks in the NFC as you do in the AFC. If I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm like, well, either we gonna work this out here in Green Bay, or I'm gonna stay in the NFC. I would stay in the NFC if I was him. It's just an easier path. Period. Chicago Bears hire Matt Eberflus. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right. Eberflus. 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 I don't know. But he a fool to go to Chicago. No, Chicago's a fool from hiring him. I don't like this hire. I just don't. He used to be a defensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts. And you hire him in Chicago. And I get it. Chicago has the historic history of being a defensive franchise. I get it. But the defense wasn't the problem last year. Was my eyes deceiving me? I mean, I know they get a little, little almost shut when I smoke my ganja, but I know I didn't. I know I saw what the Bears were last year. Them boys couldn't move the football on offensive side. They had to literally play like the Jaguars and the Texans to actually move the football. I don't get this hire. See, Denver did smart. They did right. They was like, hey, obviously our offense is the weaker side of the football. Let's address it and get an offensive-minded coach by getting Nathaniel Hackett. That was smart. So the Bears organization, they hire Ryan Poles from Kansas City. And this is what another part of that. So Ryan Poles comes from Kansas City. Obviously, he knows about Eric Bieniemy. And he go hire Matt Eberflus, a defensive coach. So that makes me wonder. It makes me wonder, what is really the reason why Eric Bieniemy isn't getting a job? So here's my take on it. I think, and I don't have anything to back this up, it's just a take. I'm just throwing it out there. I believe that Eric Bieniemy is waiting for the right job. You know how? Well, he said that. He's been out, numerous times and said, I'm not just going to jump and take any head coaching job. I want the right coaching job. I think the right job for Eric Bieniemy is Kansas City. I know Andy Reid's still there, but just roll with me. So Andy Reid's been coaching for a very long time, 20 years plus consecutively. Dealt with a lot of emotional stuff with his family. Back in, was it 2013? Had a son pass away because of an overdose. He necessarily didn't take time off. Soon as he was relieved of his duties in Philly, 2 days later, got hired in Kansas City. Where's the grieving time? Where's the time for you to actually deal with your human emotions of grief because you lost a child, an adult child? Go back to just a year ago, right before the Super Bowl. His other son, Britt, gets in an accident, was intoxicated, hit a car where a 5-year-old girl was in a coma for months. Andy Reid ain't had time to step away and actually deal with the human nature of that shit. That your son could be possibly facing jail time. And so at some point, when do you step away and deal with this emotional stuff? And Andy's getting up there in age. So nobody would fault him for stepping away and dealing with some, family matters and his own mental, because he hasn't had time to really sit down, step away, and deal with that emotional stuff. You know, I'm not, and I haven't heard anything. I ain't seen anything. I ain't read anything. I'm just thinking like another human being. Because I know if I'm dealing with a lot of emotional stuff and I don't take time off, eventually you can't just just shut it off. At some point, you got to deal with it. You just do. And so he hasn't had that time off. So I think is well in logical thinking that maybe Andy Reid might step away. Say the Chiefs win the Super Bowl this year. Perfect time to step away. Out on top. Now you got 2 Super Bowl wins in the last 4 years. It'd be a perfect time to step away. I would keep an eye on that. Just me personally, I would keep an eye on that. And so if Airbnb is looking for that perfect job, he might already be working at the place that has a perfect job. It'd be an easy transition for the Chiefs. He's loved in Kansas City. Airbnb is loved in Kansas City. The players love him, especially the offensive side. It'd be familiarity. It'd be an easy transition. It literally would be. It'd be like a smooth transition, like when Jim Caldwell took over for Tony Dungy, Mike Martz took over for Dick Vermeil in St. Louis. It'd be an easy transition. Easy transition. So I keep out for that. But I was surprised that, Poles, the new GM in Chicago, didn't go that route. And he goes defensive coach. I don't know. Here's my thing when you hire a defensive coordinator and you need all the help you can get on the offensive side. Obviously, you're going to have to hire one hell of an offensive coordinator. You're going to have to. But the only problem is your great offensive coordinators are getting hired for head coaching jobs. And not only that, even if the Bears get a high-profile offensive coordinator, he's going to be in the market for other head coaching jobs the year following. Jobs open up in the NFL for head coaches every year. Somebody's getting fired. And if your offensive coordinator is doing such a fantastic job, he's going to be considered. So now there's 3 jobs that have been filled. I think there was 9 in total. So that leaves Jacksonville, the Raiders, Minnesota, now the Saints. Saints ain't made a decision after Sean Payton stepped down. Didn't retire, just stepped down. Who else is on that list? Houston. I mean, there's quite a few jobs that's still out there. I might have missed some. But either way, I still don't like that hire. Now, one hire that I did like. So the Giants today, they got their man Brian Daboll. Brian Daboll from Buffalo, offensive coordinator. I like that hire. I do like that hire for the Giants. Because it's not like the Giants' defense was amazing, but they were middle of the road in certain categories. But the offense was horrible. You got to figure out what can you do with Daniel Jones. And it makes sense that you get Brian Daboll because their new GM that they just hired was from Buffalo, familiarity with Daboll. Get him over here. It makes perfect sense. I saw what you did with Josh Allen. That's what that new GM said. I saw what you did with Josh Allen. Josh Allen was a project coming in. Brian Daboll worked with the man. And year by year by year by year, this is 4th year of Josh Allen, and Josh Allen gets better year by year by year by year. Progression. And Daboll has helped him. He's helped him with certain play callings, as in putting him in the right position, knowing his weaknesses, knowing his strengths. That's what you need as a head coach, is to recognize a player's weaknesses and strengths. Daniel Jones, he has some weaknesses. We know what it is. High turnovers. He's starting to show some durability issues. But he got a couple of strengths in there. He ain't all weakness. I mean, he has good mobility. You know, it was evident when he was playing against Philly. He had the 80-yard run. Unfortunately, the turf monster grabbed him up while he was standing alone. You know, you can't do nothing about that. He's just a clumsy son of a bitch. Can't do nothing about that. But when you see what Brian Daboll was able to do with a project like Josh Allen and get him better year by year by year, yes, you give Josh Allen his credit for always improving, but it helps when you have an offensive coordinator to recognize your strengths and weaknesses to help you get to that point. It helps when your offensive coordinator was calling right play calls to help you get to that point. So it just wasn't, it's more like 80% Josh Allen, 20% coaching staff. It helps. That absolutely helps. So I think the Giants, they did that one right. You go ahead and say straight up, we need help on this offensive side. They didn't do the they didn't do the Chicago approach. Hey, defense is good. Let's hire a defensive coach. But our offense is struggling. You just drafted Justin Fields high in the draft, traded up for him. You got to find a coach that can do something with that. And not hiring an offensive-minded coach, I don't know how serious you are about that situation. Chicago Bears have had defensive-minded coach after defensive-minded coach year in and year out. The two times that they went, was it Trestman from the CFL? That didn't work. Matt Nagy, I don't know how they were annoyed with him, but the man went to the pro season 2 times with Mitch Trubisky as coach. I don't know how you just yanked the leash on him. I understand it, but I think he might have been a little bit premature on that fire. But it is what it is. But I like what the Giants did. I don't know if it's not going to automatically improve them now. They got a lot of issues when it comes to the roster. They got to find some weapons. They overpaid for Kenny Galladay, and he wasn't nowhere close to what he was on why you paid him. He had that one breakout season in Detroit last year, and you go out and reach out and overreach and overpay him. So they got some money issues they got to work out with the Giants. Got to figure out what you're going to do with Saquon. Got to figure out what you're going to do with Daniel Jones. Both of them are eventually going to be coming up on extension times. So they're about to hit a little conundrum when it comes to the money. So don't expect Brian Daboll to just come out and just have his team 100% turned around. They're going to deal with some money issues. But it is what it is. But it's a favorite time of the year, y'all. We is in championship weekend. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Gotta love championship weekend. You got the AFC and the NFC championship games. 3 o'clock Eastern. You got the Cincinnati Bengals with the killer Joe Burrow. They got to go see my boys in Kansas City. Got to see them Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. That's 3 o'clock. 6:30 Eastern, you get a NFC West matchup. Be the 3rd time this year that you see the San Francisco 49ers take on the LA Rams. And those who didn't check out our Thursday championship edition of the I.O.W. Sports Show, please go back to YouTube, like, share, subscribe, and go check out the championship show that we did. I had Les Twitwell from The Spoken. He was our Kansas City Chiefs representative. I had Mark Burns, who does the Rams Up podcast, who was our LA Rams representative. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a Cincinnati Bengals rep or San Francisco rep, anybody that does podcasts for those respective teams, it's okay. Y'all just put bad juju on your squad. Because last year I did it. We did it at I.O.W. Sports. We had a Chiefs representative, Mr. Darren Smith. We had Chris Gucci of Chop Sports was the Packers representative. We had Mr. Wren from the Pewtercast was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers representative. And we didn't get a Buffalo Bills rep. And so, hey, the karma is karma. It is. Karma. Don't come on the I.O.W. Sports Championship Edition show. Your team don't make it to the Super Bowl. No, I'm just joking. But no, a great time with them. So definitely hit up Mr. Mark Burns on the Rams Up podcast. Go show him some support. And of course, Lance Twitwell with the Spoken podcast. Y'all go show them some support. But man, I'm looking at the Bengals and Chiefs game. Keys to victories. Cincinnati, just continue what you're doing. Play reckless, not just reckless as in, carry it away, but they be playing like young guys. The moment's not too big for them because they're just out there having fun, playing ball. Keys to victory, hey, you got to find a way to protect Joe Burrow. That offensive line ain't too pretty. You give up 9 sacks to the Tennessee Titans. You do that against Kansas City on Sunday, you might as well pack your bags at halftime and go back to Ohio with that Skyline chili. Yeah. Because that's going to get ugly. That's going to get ugly. If they don't protect him. And look, these teams met already. Week 17. Jamar Chase had a career day. 266 receiving yards. I believe he had 3 or 4 touchdowns. 11 receptions. Understand this. That's not going to happen again. At least it shouldn't. So you'll need T. Higgins. You're going to need Boyd. You'll need Uzama. You'll need Joe Mixon. All them guys got to step up. It's got to be step-up time for everybody else. Because I know for a fact, Spags ain't going to let Jamar Chase have another career night, especially with the Super Bowl on the line. That ain't happening. So you don't need everybody else to step up. It's a given. You don't need the other supporting crew on offense because the weapons are there. Joe Mixon is a good running back. He can pass catch. He's a good running back at taking contact and still running through contact. A physical running back. So it's there. T. Higgins is a good complimentary number 2. Boyd's a good slot receiver. Uzama is a decent tight end. They got the weapons. But can you keep Joe Burrow upright? Like my man Corey Chin of the Man Down podcast. Shout out to them. Y'all go subscribing to their product. Great guys over there. His famous line is, you can't play quarterback on your ass. Because what you facing ain't Ryan Tannehill. And it's pretty evident that you ain't facing Ryan Tannehill when you saw what Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense did last week against Buffalo with 13 seconds and went straight down the field in overtime. You ain't facing Ryan Tannehill. You're not facing a quarterback that's going to give you 3 interceptions in a playoff game. That's not what you're facing. Period. Chiefs key to victory. Hey, offense is the no-brainer. Can the Chiefs offense not shoot themselves in the foot? Don't revert back to the offense in the early of the regular season, first half of the regular season when you got turnovers, interceptions from Patrick Mahomes, drop footballs that are leading to interceptions for Tyreek Hill or Travis Kelce, or fumbles from Clyde Edwards-Helaire, or silly penalties on offense. Don't shoot yourselves in the foot, Kansas City. Just don't do it. And you win. And definitely get on defense. If Tennessee can get 9 sacks, Kansas City defense needs a minimum of 6. Minimum of 6. They got 4 against the Bengals last time they faced them in Cincinnati in Week 17. So between 4 and 9, you need to at least get a minimum of 6. So Tennessee can get 9 against that offensive line. Kansas City front four should eat. That means Frank Clark need to earn his $100 million contract. Melvin Ingram, he's going to ball out. You already know Chris Jones going to ball out. He's another $100 million man that needs to earn his paycheck. Jan Reed's been showing up. Derek Nottie. Wharton. They got some. Mike Dana. When y'all sub out, y'all still need to be applying the same pressure. The offensive line is weak. You got to take advantage of it. Football's about matchups. And I like Kansas City's defensive line against that weak O-line in Cincinnati. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't see this as a close game. I see this as a bloodbath. I see it as a bloodbath. And that's not me being biased. That's just me being a fan of football and looking at the matchups. Let's move on to the NFC game. You got the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Rams. Keys to victory for San Francisco. Do your best to play great despite Jimmy G. Jimmy G's he's erratic. What Jimmy G are we going to get? Are we going to get the Jimmy G that's turnover, missing throws, easy throws, giving the football away to the other team? But I'm not going to harp on Jimmy G too bad. Through these playoffs, man, he's been playing fearless. He's showing no fear. No fear. He's going to let it rip. But he just can't have them turnovers, can't have the interceptions. Just can't. And I'm looking at that injury, that ankle sprain with Trent Williams on the left side, left tackle. Don't be surprised if they slide Aaron Donald to the left side, put that pressure on that left side of the offensive line of San Francisco. Might as well test it. Might as well test it. But Debo, he had a little knee contusion. Hopefully that don't harp him too much. You hope George Kittle can get his. Brandon Ayuk, Elijah Mitchell. They got some nice little pieces on offense. So that offense they gotta make sure that they support Jimmy G at all costs. Can't be dropping passes, can't be missing blocks, and you got to make plays. That's their key to victory. That's their key to victory. Key to victory for the Rams. Hey, front forward. For that defense. Get after it. Like I just said, if Trent Williams has an ankle injury, you better get out there that left side. So Leonard Floyd gotta show up big, and so does Von Miller. They was able to get to Tom Brady last week. You gotta repeat it. Gotta repeat it. Gotta get after Jimmy G. Having Aaron Donald helps. And on that offensive side, hey, don't get too cute. Sean McVay, don't get too cute with the play calling. Be as balanced as possible. Let Sony Michel, let Cam Akers get their touches. And whether you are getting chunk yards or not, still keep that San Francisco defense honest. And you better chip Nick Bosa. And you better chip Armstead. Chip them as much as possible so you can get that time. So I'm going Chiefs and Rams. Chiefs and Rams for the Super Bowl in LA in 2 weeks. So that's what I'm rocking with. All right, y'all. That's the hour. Y'all have yourselves a fantastic weekend. Y'all going to enjoy some good championship football, hopefully this weekend. Hopefully we get some good games. But that's episode 128 in the books. And I will see y'all Monday. Same midnight hour. Same Wildcard Morning. Peace and love, y'all.
Yeah. Sound like hell to the earth. Let's get it. Let's go. Yeah. Alright, let me get serious this time. Yo, I'm on my God of War shit. All the war spits, let the bass kick, nigga, feel the fucking floor lift. Watch your pores rip from these razor blade fingertips. Smoke hit your face like a hammer fist. Outstanding with suicidal flow. Nose dive into a free fall. Speedball, cannonball, jugging out on Adderall. I just watch the bodies fall. Supercharged like Dragon Ball. When I spit this fire out my mouth, you hear the dragon skull. Deadly with explosiveness, just off of this and woven silk. Grind the rapper's flesh in the syrup and call it muscle milk. So nutritious, my hunger forever endless. I'm vicious and bloodthirsty, my nigga. I handle business pretentious, I leave them injured. Eating pickles for dinner, underground like Matt the Splinter, then hibernate for the winter. Illiterate, so I can give a fuck about the sentence. Belligerent, so I don't give a fuck about repentance. Johnny plays with a bag of haze, over roast spirits. I'm forced to be reckoned with when I'm beating all limits. These lyrics are packed with venom. Rattlesnakes in the kitchen, cooking the recipes full of poison. I leave them finished.
Come to punches, yo, I only landed threes. These thick-fied MCs is copping plan B. Never was a M fan, they can't stand me. Been dope since before Hope sampled Annie. If it's smoke, I ain't gon' blame the jammy. Cause smoke, my hands is nicer than your granddaddy. Don't spar unless you a piece and a half. If you same boat when I put feet on the track, I fuck MCs up, I'm bringing evil back. Yea, though I walk through the valley, I push it. They gon' find rappers that got at me in my footprints. The embodiment of cocaine and no-dos. I got a habit of pulling souls through nose holes. Open your old hoes, sugar you sweet. If it's BP, I'll bring it to your door like Uber Eats.
Deliver a fade to all you niggas, I just wanna unload. Basking and scream on my foes, find a way to compose. The ashes spray up my throat, pull them fuse with the dope. Blow a ring of the smoke, terrorize all the small fires, wash them down with a coke.
Viciously viscous, I flow like great whispers. You wishless spitters will beat the Big Dipper. Further away, bitch, you ain't clapping shit. Keep playing G, the mask don't fit. You tonic water MCs minus the flavor. I'm the illest since my mom went into labor. Sick with it, slick with it, punchlines is a major. You motherfuckers to sit back.